medicine. We had a run, man. How you been doing?
Yeah. Good. Staying busy at work with Easy Street and Panova. And I see that you're doing big things with Herbage and staying busy. So
Well, yeah,
a lot on your plate.
we're staying busy. I don't know about big things, but we're staying busy. That's for sure.
Hey, well, there's a lot of talk out there from what you guys are doing. So sounds big. That's awesome.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully we're getting the message out there that we're all trying to get. But with Truly Medicine, man, you know, this was a podcast that you and I started. It was a passion project of ours. And it was something that we thought that could really reach, someone in need, right? I mean,
Right.
I,
That was a
I
goal.
yeah, I remember whenever we first had the conversation to be able to do this. Do you remember that?
Yep. Yeah. It's the thing that I always loved was when that concept kind of popped up was you continued to say, you come in to the dispo that I managed, and we would just have these just non-stop conversations about how cannabis has impacted our lives. And I mean, tears shed and, family talks and things like that. And it was always one of those things where we were like, man, I wish we could slide a mic in between the two of us.
Yeah.
So people could hear these stories about how, not just our lives, but just the stories, you with Herbage and me at the dispensary, what we had heard from other people. And so we wanted to, we wanted to spread that message and, that good side of cannabis that, we were hearing. And I loved just the way that you had put it from day one, was just capturing something real and organic.
Yeah, that was the most meaningful thing for me was for other people to hear the stories that we were hearing. And I know that other people were hearing too, that worked in dispensaries or, medical facilities, what have you. But the people that aren't highly involved in cannabis, we knew that there needed to be a voice for them to know that there's help out there. There's someone else out there that has felt that way, and there is another option available. So that was always been so important to both of us. And
Absolutely.
yeah, so I love what you're doing now, like you said, with Easy Street. They're people that we stand behind for clean medicine, and totally, believe in what you guys believe in. We have become so busy on the herbage end of things,
Right.
that it's extra fun. And so with that, we're able to bring extra people in to have extra fun.
Absolutely.
And yeah. And so, a couple of the people that we wanted to look at were people that we felt could reach people in a certain way, in a unique way, that wouldn't necessarily be the same. It's kind of like Josh and I. We're similar in a lot of ways, but we're different in others, and we were able to reach different audiences. Hopefully, that was our goal anyway.
Absolutely.
But the goal for this is to continue that forward.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I hope that, and that's what I wanted to thank you for the opportunity to do that. I think it was something that, I probably wouldn't have pulled the trigger on. And I'm glad that you kind of pulled that out of me. But with that being said, and then once we kind of got it out in the light, in the day, and let people see it, and we kind of saw a response from it, it is definitely something, the busier that you and I get, and maybe we don't have the time to put towards that, I think it's something that definitely needs to be out there. Yes. And the response that we got from it, I think we'd honestly be, as much as, you and I, we talk a lot about how much we love the cannabis industry here in Oklahoma, and, just cannabis people in general. I think that we have to put our money where our mouth is, and it would be a disservice to just stop.
Yes.
So I love where it's headed, and I love the energy that it had and the response that it had. And I speak for myself, but partly for you. Sometimes I know I do that. But I do think there's a little bit of a duty that we had with it. I want to see it grow. I want to see it reach more ears and hearts and minds. And so that if I don't have the time for it, and not to say that it's not something I'm interested in doing, I'm also growing some things on different, different projects and things like that. But I'm just so happy that someone wants to take this forward. And, honestly, because I love hearing the stories. That's the reason we got into this.
Right.
So I want those stories to continue to be shared and celebrated more than anything.
Yes, I agree with you. And so, we do want to introduce a couple of people today that will be taking on that role or taking on that opportunity to be able to hopefully help some more people out there in their unique way. And we'll be able to meet them in just a second. Anyway, here we are, Josh.
Yes.
Actually, finally introduce these lovely people that will be taking over Truly Medicine and bring it to the next level. You want to introduce yourself? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Josh Leone. I started Truly Medicine with James, and I now work with Easy Street and Panova Farms, and still a part of this great cannabis community here in Oklahoma. And I've been dying to get you guys on here. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
All right. So you want to go first?
Oh, you can go, Leah. Yeah.
So, yeah, holistic mama, like just saying. A little bit about myself. I am a health coach certified. I'm also a cannabis consultant. I worked in CBD stores. My journey kind of started very early with like anxiety issues at a very young age. We didn't really know what it was. So I was like 10. So it kind of went on.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Here we go. We've lost your audio. Can you hear us? Yeah.
We lost you.
Yeah, we've lost your audio. Stop. Hey,
Can't hear you.
we've lost your audio.
We
Okay.
can't hear you.
Jasmine.
Yes. Yes. Jasmine. So Jasmine Harvey. Man, there's a lot about me. Aaliyah, sorry we broke up, so we're just gonna switch back around and get back to you. So kind of broke out there. So I don't know, there's a lot I do. For one, James, the assistant to Herbage and everything about Herbage. I am also a young widow, which accompanies like PTSD, anxiety, depression. I've had anxiety and depression since I could remember, by having night terrors since I was 7. So it's been a roller coaster for me. Just going through all the ups and downs in my life and finding cannabis to be a very good outlet for me and expressing myself while also not being debilitated by like crippling anxiety and the PTSD and everything that is accompanied, embodied with that. So it's excited to get this journey started with all the other patients as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so sorry about that. All right, we're gonna there we go. All right, I think we're reconnected
awesome.
now.
Okay.
All right. So Jasmine, your story, of course, some of us know a little bit more, and some of us will know a little bit more about you in the future as the show goes along, but I'm so happy that you're involved with this. It's just a different take of and a softer feel for me that you're going to be able to bring. to the table. You're such a unique individual, and I really think that you're going to bring the show to the next level.
I'm happy to be on board and get it started with Aaliyah. We got a lot of fun things ahead for everything. And all that she brings is like, she just brings so much to the table, and I'm super excited.
Yeah. All right. So are you?
No, I was just going to say, James, you mentioned something, pretty early on. That softer side, I think, is something that this show has needed for a long time. And a little, you and I are very passionate, and sometimes I don't think that we know how to harness it. So I completely agree with you on needing like that softer, like that patient touch to the way things kind of work in the cannabis industry, which we know sometimes can be frustrating and sometimes can be so rewarding. But I just want to echo what James said on, I'm so excited to have you guys on to have that perspective for sure.
Thank you. Aaliyah, we broke out last time. We didn't get to hear your whole story.
I don't know what happened. What did you guys? I don't know until
okay. No, we didn't. And you're breaking up a little bit now. So let's go ahead and get your backstory a little bit. I know that, hey, listen, I know that you just recently had a little one, correct?
Yes, I did. He's 14 months old now. So, he was right he was a week before lockdown, he came out. So, he's a COVID baby. To take him out into the world. So I was a little scared of that, but actually it's been really good. He's really social. I've been trying to get him into a lot of activities and stuff. I have a little bit of a psychology background, and I got to work in a lot of daycares with kids before. So I have a couple of activities, and I've been introducing him to, society slowly. So now he thinks he needs to go around and say hi to everybody when he walks into a place. So yeah. I'm good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. So you mentioned, I know before you broke out of the conversation, you mentioned being the health coach and cannabis consultant and everything.
Yeah. So I got certified. So I was working in the corporate industry, and it's a very tough industry. So it made my anxiety very, very bad. And I got my weight loss was out of control. I had a miscarriage. So that's when I was this is not my world. I love helping people, but corporate world is just not for me. So I quit that, and that's when I got certified. It kind of started just for myself and for my health. And then I kind of was I've always liked helping people. So maybe I can get a little bit into networking and helping other people that are going through the same type of situations I was going through, So I got certified, and then I moved to Texas right when I got a month after I got my certification. And when I got here, I went to a CBD store, and that's when I started my certification. And I started helping people that would come to the store, and I kind of started helping them out with how to, change their lifestyle and start involving CBD products and into it, from top tropicals, creams, lotions, all that stuff. So then COVID, then I got pregnant. So I'm kind of, back into my groove and networking again,
Yeah.
But it's awesome, I love how much people really notice a difference. People don't really know a lot about it. When they learn, they're wow, this is life-changing for a lot of people. So I'm really excited about the podcast and get to connect with other people that
yes
have different stories. So it's exciting.
I know everyone's journey is definitely different, and then us, especially with your background with health coaching, and then also my background with being a clinician and helping people on their cannabis journey as well, is going to be really great with being able to interact with everyone and just knowing their story, and even hoping to help someone as well on this journey. So it's going to be It's gonna be so much fun. Like, I'm just so excited. It's gonna be super fun.
That's great.
Yes.
That's great. So, also now, did you mention where you were from? Where you were living?
I was born in Mexico City, and then my dad is a U.S. citizen, so I kind of grew up back and forth my whole life. I lived like 4 years in Mexico, 4 years in the U.S., 5 years in Mexico, and then I came back when I was 21. And now I'm here in Texas. I've been in California, Washington, Nevada. So now for now.
Right. Yeah, so you're in Texas, and so it's a little bit different, look at it from what we're used to. And so that's going to actually give us an opportunity to learn from you as well.
Yes.
So
I'm hoping to take a trip down there and actually have like a live show. That would be really nice to do as well. Yeah.
Oh, that would be amazing.
And it's like events going on. Austin, it's there's a lot of CBD stuff, so it would be fun to kind of like go there and maybe go to like an event or something and like get interviews or something. I think that'd be really fun too, because Texas is really struggling with
yes. Especially when they said that they weren't even going to legalize it yet when they're being surrounded by everyone legalizing it.
Sure. And with saying that, I think that, even puts a bigger emphasis on you being down there and kind of the role that you're taking on and how important that is. So I think that's awesome that you are, you're in the trenches down there, and this early awareness to places that aren't in a medicinal state yet. So I think that's amazing that that's what you're doing down there, because a lot of people don't have the heart and energy and passion to go and, to be in a place like that and still stand up for what you believe. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Very different, definitely. Like, I came from Nevada where everything's legal. So at the beginning, I was just like, wow, like, this is crazy. And once I got to the store, I was like, well, there's people that really need it, like people with all like narcolepsy, like all kinds of diseases that would really benefit from it. And, it's like, they're giving them like a crazy percentage, and it's just, so it's definitely crazy to see how different it is,
Yes, I couldn't fathom like being in that type of market, especially with me having my photosensitive epilepsy. And it's like, that's not going to help. Like, I need something stronger, or I need medicine. Like, just CBD alone is not going to help. Like, I need that entourage effect. Like, I need it to work.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. Oh, it's exciting.
Well, for someone like Jasmine, I mean, someone you specifically, you have to, not have to, but it's important for you to live someplace that it's medical. So, you guys coming into this platform shows kind of that night and day too. It shows the apples and oranges of someone who the struggles they go through in a non-medical state, and someone like yourself who has to have it to function, on a day-to-day basis, being in a medical state. So I think that's great that you guys are going to be showing kind of both sides of that. I mean, already it kind of sounds like, you guys could have like a sideshow where it was just about the things that you guys are going through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be so much that you guys have, in every episode. I'm just so excited to see how this is going to grow. It really is exciting.
Yes. We have a huge lineup of people already wanting to tell their stories. So it's going to be a very packed and full show.
It's going to be hard to keep this down to once a month, isn't it?
Yes.
Right.
So it's like starting off once a month just so we can get our bearings and see how the videoing's going to go. And then maybe we can, branch out to more shows after that. Right now it's just once a month.
Okay.
I don't want to make any promises outside of that for now. So
hey, coming from James and I, who tried to do this once a week, I think you're starting at a very manageable spot.
Yeah,
but it's not going to be it's going to be so rewarding for you that you're going to want to do it more than that. And I'm telling you, it's not going to.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why we wanted to have multiple people, having like multiple people per show, like making it over an hour at least, just trying to get everyone's story in there. Yeah. So
well,
at least having multiple people. Yeah.
hopefully the audience will tell, and they will let you know. But the main thing is to reach that one person, you know, that needs it, even if it's just one person. That's what matters.
Yes. That's what actually my philosophy I live for. It's like, especially with all the advocacies and things in my story that I've been telling, it's like I say it all day long. It's not for the likes or anything or pity party. It's just for someone that's going through it and they think they're alone, because we all feel alone in some way, shape, or form. But just to know that you have that one person out there that is going through at least the same or similar thing you're going to, just brings that ease. And again, if it helps that one person, we're doing good. We're doing good. Like, that's all we can ask for.
So what are your next steps, guys? What's next?
Ooh, I believe Aaliyah and I were thinking about our first show being about the spirituality in cannabis. So we're going to get some people in, talking about our spiritual journey, especially like just the pandemic alone has opened up a lot of people's eyes and has like really people started to really work on themselves. And I think it's like a certain point to where people are trying to integrate like how to meditate while also medicating, you know? So it's just adding those little steps in there. So we've got a few people lined up for that will be coming on. Super excited for.
I think it's great. That is so great. Good for you. I can see the excitement.
Well, I think your first show too is like a testament of what, you know, James and I were saying earlier, bringing in that different perspective. I think that the idea of that first show kind of highlights that. That's something that honestly I probably would have never thought about. And I loved it. I mean, right out of the gate, that's where you guys are headed with this. And I'm like, okay, this is headed in the right direction. I think that it's just a beautiful thing that you guys are trying to bring. I think it's something that I'm, you know, you talk about working on things throughout the pandemic. Something that I've tried to work on personally is just letting myself know where my strengths and weaknesses lie, knowing when to let go of some things and when things are better in someone else's hands sometimes, which, you know, this is kind of what this show is about right now today. And that you guys, I can tell you right now, that is something that I would not have brought to the table. So to hear that as you guys, like to where you're first heading out of the gate, to me, it solidifies kind of like what's happening here. As hard as it is for me to not do this anymore, I think it's beautiful that that's where you guys are taking it. And it makes me feel okay, you know, because this was hard to let this go. So thanks.
We're going to do it right for you for sure. We're not going to.
You're going to make me cry, Josh.
I told myself I wasn't going to do that, but since you started talking about what they were wanting to do with the show, and I appreciate where you guys are taking it.
Yeah, thank you. We want to see it blossom. I know it's going to be very phenomenal for a lot of people out there, and then just what you all have already brought and the stories you have brought in has been very impactful. So we're hoping to keep that spirit alive when going forward for sure.
The spirit, different perspective, you know. So I think it's exciting. You know, it's coming from a different point of view and, you know, different experiences. So it's definitely going to help a lot of people and guide a lot of people. And there's some people that are scared of, you know, going into the spiritual, you know, journey and stuff. So I think it's also like helpful to hear people that's like, wait, like smoking is not just to sit here and get high, you know, like I got to do it with a purpose and kind of, you know, guiding them, or just if they learn one thing, you know, like how to like go out and connect with nature, turn your phone off, you know, just like little like guide things. That's all like gonna make a really impactful change, you know, in someone's life. So I think it's exciting to bring different people, different perspectives, and hear everybody out there and connect with people. So I'm so excited too.
Yes.
That's what it's all about. I love it.
You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Well,
we're gonna have a ton of fun.
I cannot wait to watch the show myself.
Yeah.
But I mean, just as an audience member, I'm going to view it, and I can't wait. And I think hopefully a lot of people will catch on. But the ones that do, I think they're going to benefit greatly from you too. Greatly.
Thank you.
And so please invite us on anytime.
Yes. We're gonna tell your stories. So whenever you guys want to come back on, we can.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I try not to cry today, so I don't know if you're gonna want that one.
Oh, I'm a crier. I'm such an empath. Like I'll just feel your feelings and I'll cry with you. It's okay.
Okay.
We'll just cry together. That's what we're here for.
That's awesome.
I can say this: Josh and I will still honor our get together for our annual celebration of no drinking.
Absolutely.
No alcohol. We will still get together for that because we did talk about that on the show.
Yep.
Okay.
So you better be ready, Josh.
Hey,
Stay
I'm still
ready.
sober, so I'll stay ready, medicated and ready.
Yeah. There you
That's
go.
the way to
Me
be.
too.
Yeah, proud of you, dude.
I'm proud of you. I love you, man.
Love you.
All right.
You guys are awesome. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
All right.
I'm super excited to see what you guys do with this. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon.
All right.